Yeah. Would you consider yourself like a speed freak, an adrenaline junkie type of thing?
I am the YouTube comments. You better be responsible if you're actually going to do it.
Yeah.
We all know most of y'all don't have the balls to actually go out there and buy it. So if you're going to do it right. You better be responsible.
It's powerful words.
Powerful words from a 1000cc boy. All right, everybody, you're in for a real treat today for this video. We are interviewing someone who actually decided to start on a 1000cc motorcycle. If you've been watching the Yamaha channel, you know that that is probably not the best idea. We often champion starting on 400s, 650s, those sorts of things on this channel, and we normally try to stray people away from starting on such high horsepower machinery. However, we know that not all of you are going to actually listen to our advice, and some of you may want to start on a 1000cc bike. So we found somebody who did. We're going to interview them, find out what that experience was like, and how much their butt actually puckered when they got on the gas. Let's get into it. So first of all, you're very brave for coming here. I really appreciate you coming here and agreeing you to do this. It's not going to be like a hit job or us chastising you, I promise. You can think of it more of like we're just trying to get to know you. You know, we just want to figure something out about you. So what's your name? Where are you from? How old are you? Give us some baselines.
Well, my name's Tristan. I am 21. I am from San Antonio, born and raised. I'm currently in school, so trying to find time to ride and do all the other things I do is tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And what is the bike you're currently riding?
This is a 2019 Honda CBR RR 1000.
So we got to start out. You're on a big ass liter bike. But did you have any riding experience before that?
I have been riding dirt bikes since I could remember.
Okay.
All right.
Ever since I can remember.
One of those, huh?
I am the YouTube comments.
So how about your fit on the bike? What's your size and stats? Because we always do ergonomics.
Yes, I am like 5'11", 6 foot. I'm like pretty much your size.
Yeah,
like 5'11", 6 foot, 145.
Okay.
Extremely comfortable.
You're lighter than I am. I weigh about 160-ish, so you're about 15 pounds lighter.
GP spec.
Yeah, he's GP spec pretty much, yeah. Okay, so you had some experience riding before. You said you rode dirt bikes since you were younger. Did you do like motocross, trails? Like what kind of stuff did you do on
All the above. I've
Okay.
done track. I've gone out to the tracks. I've hit up Hidden Falls, all those fun trails.
Nice.
So.
What dirt bikes did you ride?
The same dirt bike. I started out on a 252 stroke, and now I have a KTM 300 two-stroke.
So your first dirt bike was a 252 stroke?
Yes.
All go, no quit, all the time.
All the time, full gas. I love it.
Full sun, man.
Okay, so this is a question that I think you'll have a lot to say about. We talk a lot here on the channel about the idea of a beginner bike, right? We tell people like, you know, hey, start on a 400, a 650 if you really want a little bit extra punch. You clearly did not do that. What do you think about the idea of a beginner bike from your perspective?
I tried, it's actually really funny because I pulled my friend into motorcycling. So I told him to go down that route, and I think it's a good idea.
Okay.
Especially if you don't have any experience at all, please start small.
Yeah. But since you had that previous experience, at least a little bit, you felt a little more comfortable.
And I've sporadically been on street bikes. Like I've had friends on 600s,
Okay.
and they'll let me take it on the street for 5-10 minutes because they know I can rip it up on a dirt bike. So.
Okay. Did you find those dirt skills translated fairly well to street riding?
I mean, you can take most of it.
Yeah.
And then you got to get used to properly leaning the bike, and then traffic and cars, and it's different.
So you're saying you still think it's a good idea for most people to start on a smaller bike?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm
So
not
just
saying
for all
this
the
is for
folks
everyone.
out there, if you're watching the video, he didn't start on a small bike. He still thinks it's a good idea to start on a small bike.
So you started out on a street bike on this 1000. You've got to have heard, as we often say, that it's a bad idea. Other people have to have chastised you about it. Have there been people in your circle of friends, riding groups, who are like, damn, you probably should have started on something else? Or is it just like you did it and never looked back?
Well, from the Facebook groups that I'm in, you'd be surprised how many people actually suggest it. Yeah, everyone thinks that start on a 600, 1000 if you can handle it. And
Wow.
So pretty much the only people that have really given me, a hard time is my family.
Yeah, I can see that.
And like the people that I'm trying to like, you need to go take it to the track. They're like, get a 600, get a 600.
Yeah.
But no one's saying start on a 400 or a 650.
Wow, that's so in your online social groups, nobody, everyone basically told you 600 or 1,000, basically.
Anytime you hear someone say, I got X amount of money, what should I start on? They're like, oh, you can find like a 600 or a 1,000 if you find a good enough deal.
Craigslist leader bikes.
Craigslist leader bikes, man. It's the best dollar per horsepower. We figured it out many moons ago. That's crazy, honestly. So you were telling me that one of the reasons you got this bike was the price for it. So you got a really good deal for it, right?
I pretty much stole it.
Yeah. So you got it for about 12 grand. It was a 2019 holdover, right? And what do they list for? Do you know? I can't remember.
17.5 MSRP.
That's a smoking deal. It's a smoking deal.
Yeah, no, it hit the showroom February 2019, and it was still there in October of 2020 when I got it. So
yeah.
And plus, I've been going into the dealership for a year, so the salesman already knew who I was, and they were more than happy to cut me a good little deal for it.
Nice. So what kind of riding do you do with it? Do you do like a lot of weekend stuff? Do you commute with it? Do you take it on track? Like what do you do with this bike?
I do everything except hit the track. You
Okay.
know, I'm trying to get, all I need is the suit. I have everything else.
Nice.
But I do commuting when the weather's nice. There's weekend rides pretty much every single weekend. I try to go to those.
Sweet.
Sporadically throughout the
Since
work.
you live down in San Antonio, I'm assuming you go out to like the Sisters and stuff like that?
Sisters, Medina Lake,
Nice.
go out to Bandera.
Cool. You done some good riding.
Yeah. How long do you ride it in like a weekend? Like, is this your only motorcycle?
At the moment, yes.
How long are your day rides on it?
Ooh, well, my daily commute's only 15 minutes, so if I actually want to go out, I've done 6, 7, 8 hours.
God damn. He's 21.
That helps.
And he's spry. He doesn't have a messed up back like I do, you know, he's fine.
I have lower back problems, but you sit on it right, you're surprised how comfortable it can be.
Yes, yeah. You know, the thing we tell people about these bikes is you got to get used to how to ride them, you know? Like, I'm sure you know, it's like you have to reduce pressure on your wrists and squeeze the tanks and, you know.
Squeeze it, lay off.
Yeah, lay off and chill. Exactly. So that kind of followed up my next question. You already answered it. So you haven't been on track with it yet, right?
I have not, but planning.
Yeah, but I'm sure you have taken it wide open, of course.
Rather not say.
Yeah, that's one of the fun things about riding a motorcycle. Obviously, the power of a 250cc two-stroke is pretty awesome. You know, 450cc dirt bikes are just ridiculously powerful as well. Did the power on this like strike you as like, holy crap, this is fast? Like, what did it feel like jumping from that to this for you?
Started in low power mode and I kept it there.
Really? Wow.
I was actually responsible with it because I feel like a healthy fear, it helped.
Yeah.
It definitely helped.
Did you feel the temptation to wick it up into high power mode?
Absolutely not.
Wow. Yeah, that's fair.
Genuinely terrified for a solid 3 or 4 months. And then I took, because there's 5 steps to it, I kept it in 5, and then eventually I kicked it into 2 after I really starting to go out, more and more weekend rides. Eventually I met another guy in the city who had the same bike. He's like, you're already at 2, just kick it into 1, and then I've never looked back.
Nice. That's what we tell people for beginner riders. I'm like, even a low power mode on a high power bike like this is still fast.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, it's still fast.
I mean, the throttle sucks, but I mean, if you are trying to keep it up there, just put it in high power mode.
Yeah.
If you're not going to use low power mode for the low power mode, then don't.
Yeah.
I've just been following along here because I'm genuinely mesmerized by the fact that you were able to keep it in low power mode and just keep it there. That is
he is a YouTube comment come to life.
That is an amount of responsibility I didn't think any human being possessed.
No, I genuinely didn't. But maybe the fear of it kept him there, you know? Maybe that was it.
Most of it was fear.
Yeah,
it is. Don't get me wrong, the temptation is there, and it always was, but...
Look, I own a Turbo Hayabusa. You don't got to tell me about temptation. I was out doing some silly stuff earlier today. I get it, man. I get it.
So how do you think that getting on 1,000 cc's, and even in the low power modes, did you feel like it was... How did you feel your skills as a motorcyclist were developing as you were riding? Did you feel like you were overwhelmed by the power and then you couldn't focus on like clutch and throttle control, or?
Yeah, I mean, I probably would have been better off on a smaller bike, not having to worry about it, because there is the fear of don't whack it too hard, don't hit it too hard, especially in the corners and trying to do low speed stuff, trying to feather the clutch, and then if you dump the clutch, like, it will go. So it's I would have been better off.
So those skills, because obviously dirt bikes have such a different ergonomics and they're so easy to whip around because they're so lightweight. So you felt like slow speeds on this was pretty different and difficult over the dirt bike stuff?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It also helps that it weighs twice as much.
Yeah, no kidding. So I'm curious, man, starting on 1000, you must have like at least one or two crazy story. I know you were responsible, you kept it low power mode. These are all alleged stories, so don't worry, you're not gonna get in trouble or anything. But you must have some crazy stories because not many people are 19 years old and get a pretty much top of the line leader bike as their first bike. Pretty insane. So if you got a fun story, I'd love to hear it.
I mean, which story are we talking here? Are we going weekends? We going the 4 in the morning stories?
I want to hear the 4 in the morning story.
Oh, those are when you're going wide open. There's not a car within 10 miles.
Yeah.
I'm with my little close circle of 5 or 6 friends. We go out, hit the city, taco trucks late at night, hang out, and then the fun stuff happens there. Every city has the roads, your Lime Creeks, your Warsbach Parkways. We all have those stories where you just hit it. You bought the bike, use the bike.
Yeah. Would you consider yourself like a speed freak, an adrenaline junkie type of thing? Yeah, I just want to check, you know?
Absolutely not, no.
Perfectly responsible. A lot of the reasons why people would justify a modern leader bike as like a learning tool is because it has the electronics in there that theoretically will save you. Did you feel like at any point you were like, oh, thank God it has all these electronics on here, or did you just kind of ride gingerly enough that you never felt them?
There are 1 or 2 times where traction control completely saved it.
I could see that.
Yeah, there's a reason why I keep traction control pretty high still.
Yeah.
It's mostly trying to show off around people at low speed and you just hit it way too hard and you just feel that tire just slide out.
Yeah. Follow-up question on that. Have you ever dropped it or crashed it or anything?
Once.
Yeah.
One legit crash and then like parking lot drops.
Parking lot drop.
Literally, my shoelace got caught on a peg when I tried to put my foot down and just brought the bike with it. But the only other time was like 5 miles an hour on Lime Creek.
Yeah. Lime Creek gets the best of us.
And those super tight hairpins, I can turn right, still have a little trouble with the confidence on the left-hand turns.
Oh, really? You have trouble with lefts and not rights?
Yes.
Interesting.
I'm left-handed, so.
Oh, okay. Because a lot of people are good with left-handers because the throttle's
That's what everyone
over here,
says.
and then the other side.
I feel like
awkward.
if the throttle's right here, I have a better way of keeping tabs on it. So.
I want to take this guy to the track now. I want to like take you under my wing and be like, let's get you out to the track, you know, and
let's do it.
You'll be humbled by a 14-year-old girl on a 400 because apparently there was one that went super fast at Eagles Canyon Raceway. So
I can take her.
he is a 1,000cc starter. He's got all the ego.
So you'd mentioned the little side, the spill on the bike, gear. A lot of the leader bike starter guys are the kind of guys who would start with a headband and sunglasses. But I saw you come in with a jacket, helmet, and all that stuff. What is your stance on gear?
Please wear it. Please. I've seen enough people die and enough people get really hurt.
Yeah.
And every other week there's a post, someone in the hospital, and they're like, thank God I wore my helmet.
Yep.
Thank God my jacket slides.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I noticed you had like a pretty spec'd out Dainese leather jacket, the proper helmet and stuff. So that's good to see. Yeah.
Yeah,
really
like I said, I'm safety first.
The leader bike.
Oh, leader bike, yeah. Are you interested in riding other bikes that are lower power but like different, like a Tenere 700 or a dual sport, or something that doesn't make as much power but is a different riding experience?
I have. My friend started on a Ducati Monster, so I
Nice.
got to ride around on that. It was like a couch compared to that.
Yeah.
I had fun with that. It was a good time, and I'm looking at a second bike, a smaller intermediate naked bike.
Cool.
So.
Yeah, those are a lot of fun. I think something like an FZ07 would be fun just because they're MT07 rather, so really happy.
I'm looking between like a Duke 890 and a Street Triple RS.
Nice.
So are you, like, when you sit on that bike and then you get onto, like a naked bike, does it feel, I mean, you started on dirt bikes, so it's probably not going to feel that foreign, but I mean, at this point, you've got to be pretty wired into the leader bike stance at
Tiny
this
bit.
point.
Yeah.
So does getting onto a normal motorcycle feel slow and pokey and lazy?
Surprisingly, the throttle. worse bikes and like smaller bikes, the throttle isn't always the greatest, so I don't have my touchy throttle, and it's weird.
Yeah.
Like I can get used to the riding stance, I can get used to everything else. It's just if I don't have great access to the throttle or the transmission sucks, it's
I mean, Hondas are just known for phenomenal, except for the Groms, phenomenal transmissions.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking the transmission that does this
Yeah.
while you ride? That's not good.
You're like, am I in first? And the lever's just like, you're like, I guess I am. Yeah. So this is a selfish question for me.
Do it.
Did you consider a Turbo Hayabusa? Why or why not?
It's always good.
There's no low power mode on those. It's full power all the time.
Send it. Yes, I've always thought about it.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have to bring you back, because now I'm at the point now where, since mine runs, I want to like share the love with everybody. I'm like, you don't understand what this. Everyone needs to ride this so that they just have their minds blown.
I see all the memes, and I really want to actually experience it.
It's something else.
I've ridden a stock Busa. I think it's time.
Yeah. Yeah. You need to ride it still.
Yeah, I rode it before it was dyno tuned, and it was like, goddamn. So, how about mods? What have you done to this bike?
Yeah.
I mean, other than the fairing kits, I've done new levers. I've kept it pretty stock. Quick shifter wasn't on there, but it's a $300 option, so it's a $300 part, 15-minute install.
That's nice.
Stock can for now.
I think it's nice because it's more like, stealth and mellow, and you're not missing out on much.
Clock in the smoked screen, which I know you're sitting here loving.
Yeah. I wasn't going to bring that up. I wasn't going to do them like that,
It's not that dark. You can still see out of it. Like, even down here, I'm looking through it. I can still see it.
Yeah, it's like, why reduce visibility? That's besides
Just think
the
of it
point.
like sunglasses and you're fine.
That's besides the point. So my last question, we've already alluded to it a little bit. It's my final question for you. Do you regret starting on a 1000? Would you do it all over again if you had to?
I would not change a damn thing.
Okay.
Not
But
at all.
you still think it's a good idea for people to start on a small, just not you?
I was about to say, I think my circumstances made it somewhat okay. Yeah. And I'm not trying to justify that I made the right choice. But I'm willing to
that
admit,
in Europe they have to go through like a tiered licensing system, right? Like,
kill me now. I'm sorry,
more freedoms,
guys.
right?
I'm so sorry. But
we're sorry to all the Euro boys out there. Just pour one out for the Euro boys, right? Yeah.
How about any words of wisdom to the people who are sitting here watching this video and being like, now it's justified. I can go get my 1000. He did it. I can do it now too.
Yeah.
You better be responsible if you're actually going to do it.
Yeah.
We all know most of y'all don't have the balls to actually go out there and buy it. So if you're going to do it right. You better be responsible.
It's powerful words.
Powerful words from a 1000cc boy. Tristan, thank you so much for coming by. I really appreciate it. I think our audience will really enjoy this. So thanks, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the interview.
Yeah. Sweet.
That was great.
Yeah.
Well, look at you. You've made it to the end of another Yami Noob video. You should consider yourself pretty lucky because I have curated this one right over here for you to continue watching. It's probably just as good as the one you just saw. Unless you hated the one you just saw. I don't know, maybe leave me a comment down below about how much you hated it as well too. Or just keep watching this one. Make sure you keep watching Yami Noob. Don't forget to keep watching Yami Noob. That's the most important thing. Keep watching Yami Noob.